Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're making my easy chicken Parmesan sandwich. This is seriously epic. Stay tuned, you're not gonna wanna miss this one. If this is our first time meeting, I'm Sunny and I've spent the last 15 years working in more than a dozen professional kitchens all around the world. And on this channel, I share everything I've learned with you. So if you're someone who really wants to learn to cook, you've come to the right place, and consider subscribing for future videos just like this one. So we're gonna start by pounding out our chicken breasts. Just get them into a Ziploc bag. I think a gallon works best. Now I'm using a mallet for this, but if you don't have one of these, I would recommend just taking a small, heavy pot or something like that and just using that. And you wanna pound kind of lightly as you go around. The reason we do this, by the way, is so everything is the same thickness. Everything's gonna cook evenly, right? So I just dumped out my seasoned flour in here. There's gonna be a recipe in the description of this video for those who are interested. So in there I've got salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, mustard powder, little teaspoon of curry powder. Really important to have a good, flavorful flour. Just gonna add 1 egg, getting our station ready for breading these chicken. Now we're gonna add a tiny little bit of our liquid salt, aka soy sauce, here to the egg. You guys gotta trust me on this one, man. It's just gonna add a lot of flavor, a lot of rounded flavor. Just go ahead and whisk that in. Any chefs out there can relate to me about breading is you always have leftover flour. You usually run out of eggs and you always run out of breadcrumbs. That's just kind of how it goes when you bread things. So I'm using panko. For me, guys, one and only panko. Best breadcrumb. It's just got the lightest, crispiest feel. So we're gonna start breading our chicken. This is something I do. For those of you that don't know, I own a catering company here that operates in Aspen, Colorado. And this is on my kids' menu. And I sell it every single week, I swear to God. So first into the flour, then into the eggs. What do they say, one dry hand, one wet? Good luck, it's gonna be a mess every time. Now remember, when you're doing this with the panko, get it all on top, and then get in there with your palm and just smash it down. Really gonna help it get into every little crack, make for a nice crust when we cook it. So my pan's been on high heat for about 2 minutes. I'm gonna add a bunch of avocado oil. I like these to kind of see how I'm adding a lot, right? I like them to kind of shallow fry in that oil so they're completely golden brown and crispy. I'm gonna add a couple tablespoons of olive oil just for the flavor. Okay, so our oil's nice and hot. It's been in there for another 2 minutes heating up. We're just gonna put our chicken in. Always remember, when you're putting something in hot oil like this, just let it splash away from you rather than towards you. Trust me, I've learned the hard way. I have some pictures I don't think I could even legally show here on YouTube. Keep that heat high and let them roll. So it's been about 2.5 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and give these a flip. Wow, oh my God, I mean, I do make this all the time, but every time you flip that over and reveal that golden brown heaven, it's always amazing. Okay, so these have been cooking for about 1 minute on that other side. We're gonna baste these with a bunch of rosemary and butter. Rosemary straight into the oil. About a tablespoon of butter straight in. So just place your rosemary straight on top. Tilt your pan back. Just begin basting these babies. I mean, we're really gonna take the chicken parm sandwich to the next level for sure. Whoa, I know. So these have been cooking for about 2.5 minutes on that other side. Go ahead and remove them. As soon as those come out and the oil's really hot, just season them, right? Just one more time, right on top. You want to season them when the oil is hot so that salt will stick. Okay, so now just remove your rosemary. We're gonna just absolutely cover these things in Parmesan. So now with your rosemary, right? So you've just fried it in the olive oil and the butter. Just crunch it up and straight back on top. Oh my God, this is just gorgeous. The rosemary's not over fried too, it's just perfect. And some black pepper right on top. Finish those off. Next step, we're gonna slice up our bread for the sandwich. By the way, guys, this Tojiro bread knife, this thing blasts through bread like a lightsaber through butter. It's the best bread knife I've ever owned, and I'll put a link to Amazon if anyone wants to read some reviews for themselves. I'm gonna cut this whole piece of bread straight in half. So I've got some room temperature butter here. I'm just gonna go ahead and butter this whole length of bread nice and evenly. Oh yeah, nice and buttery. So guys, here we go with the next step. I mean, we're just going up, up, up. What we're gonna do is just cover and crust the inside of this bread with Parmesan. Okay, now go ahead and just, with your hands, press it in. Okay, so I have my flat top on over here I'm gonna use to toast the bread. You might not have a flat top, or you might not have a pan big enough to handle that bread, so just in that case, just cut it in half and use a smaller pan. So here we go, straight down. Oh yeah. Just press it down with your palms a little bit, make sure it's gonna toast nicely. So we're gonna go ahead and flip our bread. Just make sure all the Parmesan comes unstuck. Oh my God. Okay, that toast on the other side. Get your bread off. Woo! So I'm gonna slice up some fresh mozzarella. Kind of thin, like 1/8 of an inch maybe. So I'm just using a nice quality Italian Marinara that I bought on the store, but if you want to make it, you could do that too. But just use whatever tomato sauce you like. Straight over the chicken, mozzarella, down, don't hold back on the mozz. Straight into a 400-degree oven. So I'm using basil, garlic and basil aioli. It's just my lemon garlic aioli that I've added one bunch of basil to. So I have an in-depth video on that. Just click right there. That'll take you over to learn how to make that aioli. So we're gonna spread this right onto our bread, straight across. Don't hold back, there's a lot of flavor. Remember, you're keeping that fat and acid thing in mind. So this is the acid to all that fat, which is the chicken and the mozzarella and the cheese and everything. Okay, chicken's out. Lay your chicken in. We're not messing around here, guys. We're gonna go with some more Parm just right over the top. Trust me, that is not gonna hurt. Some basil leaves, just lay them all around. Some more pepper right on top. The lid. Oh my God. If it is a challenge, I think I could probably do it. I could probably eat it. So needless to say, I'm pretty excited. Let's give this thing a taste. You can wait, I'm having another bite. What can I say? It's absolutely incredible. There's a lot of flavors. I would say the basil aioli is key on here to bring that acidity in. As far as chicken parm sandwiches go, I mean, it's right at the very top. So the person who requested this, let me know how it goes when you make it, because I'm not gonna come cook it for you. So that is it for today, my friends. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, and I will see you next week.